man. Oh, man. Monday going to be a big day. Let's check this out.
We have a ton of Marvel news to go over today. We are talking Avengers Doomsday and some possible deaths that might be in the movie. We obviously expected this to happen, but now it looks like we might have a report about one character. We're also talking about Avengers Secret Wars and the future of Marvel Studios with the X-Men and some possible casting choices and actors that Marvel is looking at right now. What is going on, Cosmic Crew? Thanks for stopping by the channel today. Like you just heard, a lot to go over today. Plus, I failed to mention some Andrew Garfield news as well. But first and foremost, we are hearing there's going to be a big Disney trailer happening on Monday, the 6th. Now, there's a catch that comes with this. Okay. And the catch is it might be the Avengers Doomsday trailer. They don't actually know what it's going to be. All of the insiders who are talking about this right now pretty much all have said they have heard a really big trailer is going to be coming on the 6th. It could be Doomsday, but
what's bigger than what else could it be? What else could it be? It ain't Blade. We know it ain't Blade. It ain't Secret Wars. We already got Spider-Man Brand New Day, and that's not Disney. I don't know.
They are not sure. It could be just any other Disney movie that they have up and coming. Obviously, Avengers Doomsday is one of those movies that Disney has up and coming, but we're not sure. So keep an eye out on that release date because you never know. It might drop then. Don't get your hopes too up, but it might drop then because as we have seen, Marvel has not really done the conventional marketing routine with Avengers Doomsday. I mean, technically, we already have 4 teaser trailers for the movie. And then the Russo brothers came out and said, they're not trailers, they're stories. So technically, we've already gone into Avengers Doomsday. Then with Spider-Man Brand New Day, they did the cool fans releasing clips the day before every hour, on the hour, for 24 different clips, and then the full trailer released afterwards. So Marvel's getting kind of creative with what they're doing for trailers, so keep an eye out.
I ain't like the clip thing.
And obviously, if we hear anything, we will do a big update for that.
Really
but this is
for me.
Mostly coming from Daniel RPK. He said that there's a big trailer coming Monday. Cryptic said, yes, they have heard that. Cryptic HD Quality, and they have a great track record for trailers, and they said, I am not certain, when somebody asked if it was Doomsday, they said, I am not certain. It could be anything. So again,
make sure I'm up early.
Date, April 6th.
I'll make sure I'm up early.
Not too far from that. Now, keeping with Avengers Doomsday news, according to Christian Harloff, Avengers Doomsday is going to mark Patrick Stewart's final role ever. Not just as Professor X, but just ever. So that does mean Professor X would be his last role. Now, if we're taking this...
I think it's really stupid to kill him again. I think it would be so stupid to kill him again. And they shouldn't have killed him in Multiverse of Madness.
Report at face value, which I do not want to do. But if we are taking it at face value, it means that Professor X is going to die in Avengers Doomsday. If he simply means this round of Avengers movie or this Avengers story is going to be the last time he is Professor X, then that means he might go over to Secret Wars. But if he is specifically saying Avengers Doomsday could mark his final role ever, all signs point to him dying once again. And at this point in time, he's died so many times on screen, I'm kind of used to it. But I don't want to see him die again on screen. But from
this will be what, the 4th time?
That, again, the Avengers Doomsday trailer that we've already gotten for the X-Men, things are looking pretty grim.
I think she tore him apart, right? And then he was stabbed in the chest by Wolverine's clone. And then we have when Wanda killed him.
The characters are getting kind of old inside of, now I can say inside of the MCU. So who knows what's going to happen? It does look like Sentinels might be attacking them. There's been some reports that the Sentinels are actually on their team because they've built a mutant utopia and they actually control the Sentinels now. A lot of mystery surrounding there. But what would you think if they decided to off Professor Xavier one last time in Avengers Doomsday. Seeing how this is probably going to be his last acting role ever, I'd like to see Professor X make it out alive. And maybe him and Magneto and some of the other X-Men get to go back home and they get to live in a peaceful mutant utopia. I hope we get that, but let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Now, one thing that I'm really excited about is a report that we've gotten from Daniel RPK that says Andrew Garfield will be back for Avengers Secret Wars, which means we should have our Trinity back once again. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is going to be the Spider-Man in Avengers Doomsday, and only for maybe a few minutes. What we've been hearing is...
Yeah, isn't the room... Wait a minute, though. Isn't the rumor that he gets killed? Wait a minute.
He's going to show up in the beginning, fight Wolverine, possibly fight Deadpool as well, possibly fight some other X-Men who were there, and then the universe they're on kind of gets destroyed. And then what I believe happens is the TVA picks him up, and then he comes back in Avengers Secret Wars. Because we're now hearing that all three Spider-Men are going to reunite in Avengers Secret Wars, which I cannot wait to see. Now, here's the thing with Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, though, that I think would be a cool full...
Looking at that picture right there, it looks like Tom is like really giddy to be standing in between these two other iconic Spider-Men. he just loves being on set, taking this picture with them. They look real serious and ready. You know what I mean? But he looks like a kid in a candy store.
Circle moment from Spider-Man No Way Home. In Spider-Man No Way Home, we heard Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man talk about the villains that they have fought. Both Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man said that they have fought aliens. Tobey was obviously talking about Venom, Tom Holland talking about Thanos. But Andrew Garfield said, I want to fight an alien, and we're hearing a rumor, this is just a rumor that's been going around, not confirmed, but a rumor that actually Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man might get the symbiote in Avengers Secret Wars. I think that would actually be really, really cool. Maybe there's a scenario where he gets it, and then he gives it to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Not like willingly, but it just jumps to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Because again, if it's the same symbiote...
That's crazy.
Somehow, that we've seen in the post-credit scene for Spider-Man No Way Home and Venom Let There Be Carnage, then that symbiote should know who Peter Parker is. Now, technically, Andrew Garfield is a Peter Parker, but the one that they specifically saw on that TV screen was Tom Holland's Peter Parker. So perhaps Andrew Garfield goes to a part of New York on Battleworld that is from the 616 universe. He gets the Venom symbiote and then ultimately gives it to Tom Holland's Peter Parker. And he gets the symbiote for the first time as well in Avengers Secret Wars. I think this would be kind of cool. It would be cool to see two of them wear it. Now again, once they run into Tobey, that might be kind of complicated because Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man obviously knows that, hey, that black... thing,
that's the problem.
Knows it's called a symbiote. That's not good. I've dealt with that before. It's bad. Yeah. But if Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock is there and he explains that it's not bad, it kind of depends on how you talk to it, how you treat it. Also depends on the host. Also depends on if you let it eat some heads of bad guys every now and then. It actually can be controlled and it's actually a good guy. Lethal protector, right? So there's some nuance there, but there's also some complications that can happen. But I would really love to see Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland rock the symbiote suit in Avengers Secret Wars. I think that would be cool, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, last but not least, talking about the future of the MCU, even past Secret Wars. The X-Men. I mean, I keep talking about how right now Marvel Studios seems to be going back towards a peak. Daredevil Born Again Season 2 has been amazing so far. Episode 3 was great. Then we dive into Spider-Man Brand New Day. We're getting Vision Quest. We're getting Avengers Doomsday. Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doctor Doom. We're getting Avengers Secret Wars. I mean, we're getting to that peak. But then it keeps going with the X-Men, with a whole entire new universe where everybody's all together. So I think that's going to be kind of the real peak of the MCU, and then ultimately build to another one, right? But what we're hearing now from the insider James Mack is that Marvel is reportedly focusing on casting younger actors for potential future roles. Obviously, I think that's the way that they should go. Get some young X-Men in there, and we watch them get together as a team and grow over time. Do an X-Men First Class, put some in Professor Xavier's school, watch them grow up. obviously that I think a lot of people would love to really see that with some older actors in there as well, because obviously there are older X-Men. But this is where it gets interesting. James Mack says, some interesting names I've heard include Jacob Elordi, okay, Julia Butters, Timothy Chalamet, and Finn Wolfhard. Finn is a friend of Sadie Sink's.
So I only recognize one of those names.
Connection there. Timothy Chalamet. He's pretty big right now. I know the whole ballet thing kind of maybe pushed him back a little bit there. Some people are wondering if that cost him an Oscar. Who knows? But he's still a really big name.
I don't know nothing about that.
We have the whole Doomsday thing happening. As of right now, that date might move for Avengers Doomsday, and we might not get Doomsday. But as of right now, we have Doomsday. And yeah, Jacob Elordi is. He
might make a good young Cyclops.
Julia Butters. I mean, these are all, I think, great choices for people who have the acting chops and are young enough to lead a franchise. Really, the X-Men. So I think these are great choices, and I'm still really wondering who is going to play Nova, because Marvel's already developing this series. We've heard they've been talking to Ryan Gosling about Ghost Rider. Did they maybe talk to him about Ghost Rider at first and then have him play Nova? Who knows? But like I mentioned, the future is very bright for Marvel Studios. So go ahead and let me know what you think about all this news.
Good Lord, man. I'm more hyped about Andrew Garfield getting the symbiote than the trailer dropping Monday. That's a crazy twist. That is crazy. Ha ha ha. Thank you very much for the info, Cosmic Wonder. Go over there and subscribe. Tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you. 10 million subscribers. Woo!